Hey everybody, welcome back to Hearthstone Arena, Northernlion's Den, and I'm feeling good, I'm feeling energized. We're 5-1. This is definitely one of the best decks I've ever produced. I think both of my, this is already tied for the best arena run I've ever had in terms of raw wins. Obviously, one win would put us even over that, but I think both of my above average, shall we say, arena runs have been with the Druid class, so I think I'm starting to gravitate towards that. I played as the Druid class, or I play as the Druid class a lot in ladder mode as well. And I think I have a pretty good idea of how the deck should be constructed most of the time, but I could easily find myself, coming back down to earth pretty quickly here. So I really do not want Boulder Fist Ogre this early, and I really do not want Booty Bay Bodyguard. As useful as it might be with Innervate, we could probably get it out pretty quickly, but this gives me a better chance of drawing a Wild Growth card. We only have one of those in our deck. Ah, but we got it, okay. So I think I coin into Wild Growth, and then on our second turn we'll have 3 mana, and I can Acolyte of Pain, and that's really useful. So we'll coin, we'll Wild Growth. I could also play something stupid like Innervate, summon a 3/2 Panther with Power of the Wild, but I think that's a dumb play to start with. But anyway, that's kind of my ideal first move, in my opinion. Coin, Wild Growth, and then just start going to town. We could also, for 2 mana, we could just Wrath this guy, which is pretty tempting, because otherwise he can just kill me in 1 turn. And then we could still summon Acolyte of Pain. I kind of hate to do this. We'll give ourselves 5 mana. We'll Wrath, and we're not going to draw a card. We're going to deal the 3 damage instead. Oh, you can't target Fairy Dragon. Okay. I totally forgot about that. Well, I've already used the coin. So, perhaps, instead, you summon Acolyte of Pain, and then, additionally, a 3/2 Panther. I don't know, it's weird. I could also just Hero Power. I could Wrath the hero, draw a card. Whatever. We'll use Power of the Wild. We'll summon a 3/2 Panther. That was a misplay, in my opinion. Unfortunately, there's no undo button to go back and cancel the Innervate. I could have used that a little later to maybe get a better card, but I already have a good mana advantage to a certain extent. Fairy Dragon, just such a hard 2-mana card to fucking deal with because you can't target it with spells or hero powers. So we'll get a card draw. For 2 mana on the next turn, I can destroy Fairy Dragon. It'll deal 3 damage to me. It doesn't bother me at all. I don't mind Acidic Swamp Ooze. And we also have Youthful Brewmaster. We have no Battle Cry, though. And we can't do anything with Wrath. Okay. So, Hero Power. Destroy Fairy Dragon. We could Wrath this guy, and our Panther will live. I kind of like that, honestly. And then we just have Panther out there. But if we could do this, then what does he do? He probably chooses to destroy it with Acidic Swamp Ooze. We need to maintain board control. We'll deal 3 damage. We need to maintain board control against Shaman, because otherwise he can just start summoning the fuck out of his totems. I do feel like I've botched some early plays, though. I much prefer to keep that burst damage card until a little bit later. So he's got his totem out. I don't care what it is yet, but that's easy enough to deal with just our hero power, which is nice. Choose to give a minion +4 attack or +4 health and taunt. Interesting choices. I think we have to hero power. And I think we destroy Searing Totem. And I'm totally okay taking the damage myself to get board control up. And then I think we give ourselves +4 health and taunt on our Panther. +4 attack, he'd just be killed on the next turn anyway. We could always pull him back into our hand. Obviously, Master Swordsmith I want to send out, but I want to make sure he's not going to die on the first turn, or what's the point? And we'll give this guy +4 health and taunt. So we're going to basically force, hopefully force him to use his Bloodfen Raptor to just kill himself on this taunt creature. And basically that'll nullify it. Oh, okay, he's been transformed into a 0/1 frog with taunt. That's frustrating, but he's still going to have to die, or he's still going to have to attack me and take a turn doing that. At the end of your turn, restore 1 health to all friendly characters. Not my least favorite totem to run up against. I'm kind of okay with it. Obviously, we're not going to be doing any damage to him on this turn. Master Swordsmith. I think we send out Booty Bay Bodyguard and end our turn. He has a card advantage, and honestly, if I could choose which player to be right now, I might choose to be him. But time will tell how things are going. Keep in mind that I am playing second here The only reason I have a mana advantage is because I played that Wild Growth card earlier on in the game. Hopefully that's not a taunt creature. Of course it is. Stoneclaw Totem comes out all the goddamn time. And Chillwind Yeti, which is a very frustrating card to deal with. But, what does he do? Nothing, basically. Which is not necessarily the wrong call. The question is, how do you deal with that which does not want to be dealt with? Youthful Brewmaster does nothing. None of our cards do anything for us here. The only question is whether it's right to summon Boulder Fist Ogre here, or if it's better to maybe play Master Swordsmith, but this is going to die on the next turn, one way or another. What I'm assuming, because I could attack the taunt, I might as well, right? Attack the taunt. There's no harm in not doing that. But then, does Boulder Fist Ogre actually survive for a turn? I think he would. So I think this is the right way to do it. He, as of yet, unless he can buff the shit out of Bloodfen Raptor or play a really good charge minion, he has to use Chillwind Yeti to sacrifice himself on the taunt. And I'm kind of okay with that trade. He gets 1 mana effective out of it, but that's fine. It depends what totem he summons. He'll probably use his hero power. The Shaman hero power is maybe like my least favorite in the entire game. So he does sacrifice Chillwind Yeti, and then he's probably going to send out another taunt if he has one. Nope. Battle Cry for draw a card. He's got 2 mana left, which will probably be used for his hero power. I think that's probably a smart play from him to sacrifice the Bloodfen Raptor to get this guy in the range of damage that would allow Azure Drake to kill it, or I'll have to kill myself killing it. If that makes any sense. I could always, of course, send the card back into my hand. Searing Totem doesn't bother me too much. I could send Boulder Fist Ogre back into my hand, but I don't think it's really that good of an idea. Obviously, we can get Questing Adventurer out there. For 2 mana, we can use our hero power. Okay. I think we destroy Searing Totem with our hero power, smack the hero. Then we could Youthful Brewmaster, but he's going to get some damage with Azure Drake, and it's Spell Power +1, which is so frustrating. It's a weird one. I still like his position a lot. So I'm thinking like we smack the hero, Youthful Brewmaster, and then that'll pull Boulder Fist Ogre back in our hand, and maybe we can use him with a taunt later. Is this the right play? Fuck if I know. But we can send him back out. If we just send Boulder Fist Ogre like back out right now, what does he do? He has to find some way to attack it. I think that actually might be the right play. Questing Adventurer, of course, the earlier you send it out, the better it is. This won't allow us to kill Searing Totem, but I don't know. That was basically just like, I guess for 8 mana, I gave this guy 5 health. That's not necessarily the best return on our investment. But we are getting into these, I don't know, slightly major leagues when it comes to arena play now. Once you're at 5 wins, you start playing people who are doing fairly well themselves. He's got Spell Power +2 now, which scares the shit out of me. Because Shaman does have some spells, depending on how he built his deck. A lot of them have Overload. For 2... Oh, yeah, okay. For 2 mana, I can destroy the Drake next time. How many cards is he going to be able to play with Questing Adventurer? Well, he's got a lot of creatures on the board, no question about that. Obviously, I want to kill Questing Adventurer as soon as possible. So, or we could just send out our own Questing Adventurer, I suppose. I can wipe myself out with mana on this turn. How do you do it? We have to kill the Drake. We do that with 1, 2, and we take 4 damage. Acceptable. Then, will Boulder Fist Ogre actually live for a turn? Okay, so here's what I'm thinking. Questing Adventurer. Boom. Get it out there. It's going to do some damage. Stone Tusk Boar. Play a card. Questing Adventurer goes +1/+1. You attack the Azure Drake. It dies. Or my creature dies, I mean. Hero Power. That'll take us down to 3. And then okay. So Hero Power takes us down to 3 mana. We attack this guy and kill him. We take some damage. Shit happens. Master Swordsmith. Because his Questing Adventurer can attack on the next turn, we can't afford to let it get anything better. So we'll just take the 3 damage ourselves and eat that on the chin. And then next turn, one of these guys is going to get buffed. It was Boulder Fist Ogre. And we'll see if he can kill Boulder Fist Ogre on the next turn. There's a lot of cards in my deck I would love to have right now. One of them being Savage Roar, give all characters +2 attack. That would give us 9, 6, 3. which is 18 plus 2 ourselves. And hero power would give us 21. Alright, that's frustrating to lose that creature, but... Ooh, we lived! No, we died! Oh, because of the spell power +1. Oh, that is a real effing problem. The biggest concern here, I mean, obviously he's not doing a ton of damage with those minions on the field. What the fuck is Innervate gonna do for us here? He's not doing a lot of damage with the creatures on the field, but... might as well just send out Mana Wraith. It might be able to live and do something. But we have nothing. So although it's gonna take him a while to kind of whittle me down here, he's got an enormous advantage right now, and I would be very surprised if he doesn't press this for the victory. But we'll see. City Noise playing a good game so far. So he's going to do 2 damage to me on this turn. The real problem is that fucking healing totem is going to allow him to heal up his taunt, so I can't kill it. And he's going to have a full board almost. Now he will have a full board. So at least he can't summon any other totems, and he doesn't have this crazy damage on the board. But we got to find some way out of this. Venture Co. Mercenary is maybe a slight way out of it, because it does put us in a position where, you know, he's going to have to use at least a few minions to take care of this guy. And maybe gives us 1 more turn of survivability, or maybe he just attacks us directly and chooses to try to whittle us down that way. We'll see how he chooses to play it. So, I'm still alive here. He's going to kill me with Searing Totem. So he's still got Gadgets and Auctioneer out there, which is frustrating because he's going to draw so many cards for casting spells. Oh my god. This is a real problem. This is a case where I got my Wild Growth out early. Still didn't help me all that much. Now he has a lot of damage on the field. Yeah. Well, not a lot of damage, but some damage and a lot of creatures. Oh, good. Young Priestess is going to be exceptionally useless for us at the start here. So we'll continue this. Should threaten him, maybe get inside his head a little bit. One of these days, when I pull this useful card, you'll find out that this is our town, scrub. Yeah, beat it. Maybe. Wouldn't it be great if the Michael Jackson song actually sounded like that? Beat it! It's amazing that my pitch is actually not good, but better when I do it in that weird little Defias Bandit voice. So we've basically lost here, which is why I'm resorting to inane commentary as opposed to enlightened stuff. Why did I lose? Well, certainly I lost board control. I'm not sure what my options were. It's such a cop-out to blame like every loss on a bad deck or bad RNG, but there's not too much else that I can muster. I'm sure when I read the comments, I'll get some more insightful feedback. But, you know, you're oftentimes immune or at least blind to your own problems. So, I think that's what's happening to me here. Can he kill me on this turn? He might not be able to, in all honesty. He's obviously pretty fucking close. Oh, he's got a spell. All right. Well played. He trounced us.
Well played.
I like that he got the card draw before he actually killed me there. That's necessary. Well played, City Noise. I hope you enjoy your arena play after this, and I hope I never run into you again. There's not much worse than playing the same dude twice and losing twice in arena. Let's play again. Hopefully, at the very least, even if we lose this one, you know, 5-3 I'm okay with, but also, I hope we get at least 20 in-game gold so I can actually buy my way back into the arena without using hard-earned money. I could also do quests. And, you know, people are on my case sometimes. They're like, you can play a Hearthstone arena without actually paying real money, and that's not necessarily wrong. But it does take, you know, 2 or 3 days worth of quests usually to get up to gold. I got 300 gold for winning 100 games total in Hearthstone, which was nice, of course. We're going to reroll all these cards. I hate playing against a hunter. We got our first loss against a hunter. Board control is out of control. Oh my god, these cards. Please, Innervate or Wild Growth right off the bat. Twilight Drake. This is not good. This is the kind of draw that makes you want to concede right off the bat, but we'll see if he starts balling out of control. So, for 2 mana, it honestly might be borderline essential for us to play Power of the Wild, get a creature out there. But then what do we do on the next turn? On the next turn, we Hero Power. Big whoop. So I'm going to Hero Power on this turn instead, and we'll see. This gives us another turn to possibly get some card draw. Not thrilled with this, but we armored up a little bit. Swipe is going to allow us to, you know, take out some minions maybe, depending on what he summons right off the bat. I'm glad he just used his Hero Power. Puts us in kind of the same boat here for now. I get Treant Protector, which is, or sorry, Ironbark Protector, which is terrible right now. I think now maybe I use Power of the Wild and summon a 3/2 Panther. I don't like it, but 2 mana for a 3/2 creature. It's basically, I've turned that card into Bloodfen Raptor instead of using it as a buff, which I would have preferred to have done, but unfortunately desperate times call for desperate measures. My guess is that that's probably Explosive Trap. So deal 2 damage or silence a minion. Or we could use... Well, I might as well attack first, right? If he's already played it. Yeah, there we go. So let's see how this works out. Yeah, deal 2 damage to all enemies. That's fine. It had to happen, right? So, now that that is done, I think it is in our best interest to play Twilight Drake. He'll probably... He could use Deadly Shot and kill it instantly. But that's a risk I'm willing to take at this point, because Twilight Drake is never going to be better than it is right now. 4 mana for a 6/6 creature is solid. And, you know, if we force him to use his mana to deal with it, yep. Then we get to go on the next turn anyway. And hopefully we get a 5 mana card I can actually use. Okay, well, this is fine. We get a 3 mana Acolyte of Pain, and we can hero power instead. I don't want to use Keeper of the Grove because keeping it as a silence or something that I can use to destroy a minion seems a lot more valuable. Next turn, innervate Ironbark Protector into getting the Wind Fury Harpy out. The turn after that is probably my ideal play, in my opinion. Murloc Tidehunter is a slightly frustrating card. Oh, that's worse. So he's going to attack me directly so I don't get to draw a card. Smart play. I'm still going to get some card draw out of this, though. So, we drew a 3 mana card. I could swipe the shit out of these guys. First things first. 2 mana. Hero power. Take out the Blue Guild. Not that it matters necessarily which one. We'll draw another card by using Acolyte of Pain to kill that guy. It'll also give us some board clearing. Okay, then we've got Dragonling Mechanic. There's obviously no point to using Swipe now, and very little point to using Keeper of the Grove. So I think we use Dragonling Mechanic, and we get some more minions out here. At the very least, Acolyte of Pain will give me another card draw, and I'm feeling a little bit better about this now. Obviously, I'm killing time until one of those 3 big creatures can... Oh, I have 4 big creatures, honestly, because Keeper of the Grove does have silence. Ironbark Protector with the taunt would allow me to do a lot of damage to the enemy, combined with Savage Roar a turn or something after that. I kind of expect a multi-shot to come out at some point. Is he going to buff the shit out of his Buzzard? It's kind of a weird choice because I'm just going to kill it. Usually you play Buzzard and then you try to play like a beast immediately afterwards. There's another card draw for me. Young Priestess. Okay. Now, we have to kill the Buzzard. There's no question about it. The only question is what we play as well. Or we could silence the Buzzard and send... but a 2/4 is not a good creature. So what we could do is we could swipe. Deal 4 damage to an enemy and 1 damage to all other enemies. We could swipe, then kill this thing, the Shattered Sun Cleric, with our Mechanical Dragonling, which is a sweet trade. And then we'll have 3 mana left, which we would use to play Stone Tusk Boar and Hero Power, which is not great cards to have on the board, but then he's got to deal with them, maybe. And on the next turn, we get to play our Ironbark Protector, then maybe our Wind Fury creature. So I kind of like this. We swipe, deal 4 damage to an enemy, and 1 damage to all other enemies. We got to get the Buzzard off the field. Like, that had to happen. It was just a matter of how to do it. And then I think we just do that, and that is a trade that I will take any day of the week. That was basically 3 mana and the creature and the buff down the drain. Yeah, then we use Stone Tusk Boar. We could also summon Young Priestess, but it's a waste right now. And we do some damage like that, and we Hero Power, and we attack. So I have board control. I have the same amount of cards. Multi-shot could cause me some problems here. It's only a 4 mana Hunter card. It would kill the Boar. I don't give a shit about the Boar. The Boar's already done what it was like programmed to do. And we are at the point now where our silence might become valuable. Master Swordsmith could be useful as well. Because if I send out the silence, then that's 4, 2, and 2. Okay, I kind of like this. Send out the silence. Or we can just deal 2 damage. That's fine, too, actually. There's no point in silencing if we could just deal 2 damage instead. So we'll deal 2 damage to the taunt creature. This will take him down to 2 health. Then we Savage Roar. Give your characters +2 attack this turn. And I could take this damage on the chin. I could take 5 damage. And, yeah. I kind of like this, honestly. Because we can do damage to the hero directly then. And then he's got to deal with the Boar again on the next turn. Otherwise, you know, he faces some problems. And I still have a health advantage. I have the same number of cards. Now he has 1 more. And I have good cards that I can send out on the next turn. And I still have, like, 3 of the 4 good cards I was talking about earlier. And some low mana cards that I can combo into after that. So it depends what he keeps alive. That's going to be a problem to deal with for sure. I really got to watch out if I get to like 10 health, because then he can use, oh, 2 mana crystals this turn only. I like it. So, how do we do it? We, okay, there's no way for us to get to 12 mana. We can get to 10. I can play Ironbark Protector and Master Swordsmith, which seems good to me. But, let me think about this for a second. We gotta kill this thing. How do we do it? We hero power, and then attack him, and we take the damage ourselves, which is risky, obviously, but then we kill him like so. We obviously lose a lot of creatures in the process here, or 1 creature in the process. That's not so bad. And I take damage, and that's scary, but these guys are still left alive. And then you play Innervate, and you do Ironbark Protector. So now we have a great taunt I can use to get a Wind Fury or my Boulder Fist Ogre out there. And then Young Priestess should heal one of these guys at least a little bit when our turn ends. So this is not a one game by any stretch of the imagination. A multi-shot could be pretty devastating here. To my board, at least. But we'll see what he throws out there. On the next turn, unless he manages to use Deadly Shot, if he has it, to kill the Tree Protector, Ironbark Protector, then I've got definitive board control. I can't buff my heroes with any attacks, but I am about 1 turn away from being able to win. If I get Savage Roar, I will win on the next turn if he doesn't take anybody out. Otherwise, you know, he's still got some problems, obviously. I'd probably send out Boulder Fist Ogre instead of the Wind Fury Harpy, just because it's a little bit more survivable, just in case this Ironbark Protector does go down. He's racking his brain right now, if I had to guess. I don't think he has the burst damage card that does 3 damage or 5 damage if you have a beast. Otherwise, I assume you would have played it earlier. Okay, Demolisher. Annoying card, but one that we can definitely deal with before it has the chance to do anything. And that's a good one. So he gives the Demolisher taunt. Frustrating. No denial there. And he does some damage to me. Honestly, probably pretty good play. And we get Questing Adventurer, which I guess we should send out first. So we'll probably do Questing Adventurer, Boulder Fist Ogre. Then it's like, how do you kill the Demolisher? Well, we could also, if we wanted to, hero power and then start taking damage again. But now I'm getting to the point where that's a little bit risky for me. And then we would sacrifice 2 creatures there. Well, we only take 2 damage on Ironbark Protector for doing this. But we kind of don't do very much damage to him, which is the bigger problem. Okay. Boulder Fist Ogre has to go out. I should have played Questing Adventurer first. That was a turn error mistake. That's okay, though. And then I think we go 2, 1. And I hate to lose the buff, but that's fine. Because now we do like half of his attack at once, and fuck Questing Adventurer now. We're just going to use that in our hero power. And I guess we kill him, like, I guess we kill the Defender of Argus is what I'm getting at.
Time waits for no one.
Whatever. We'll do it this way. He's going to be at 7, which is Boulder Fist Ogre plus Master Swordsmith, so I could use Ironbark Protector to kill whatever he sends out. I don't feel calm. I don't feel confident about this. But, unless he has a really great card, is he going to give that taunt somehow? Summon 2/2. It's a lot of mana. Okay, now that it's taunt, that's scary. And it doesn't matter, though, because his minions won't have taunts after I finish here. He has to use Defender of Argus to kill Master Swordsmith, but then I can still hero power out of it. Here's my turn order now. He only has 1 minion that can attack this turn. He has to attack Master Swordsmith to stop me. Then I kill the taunt. His Death Rattles don't have taunts. He has 0 mana. And then I just win, I guess. Let me make sure I've got this right. He has no secrets. Kill the taunt. I could do it this way, too, which is actually a little bit better. Yeah, kill the taunts. They Death Rattle. He has no taunts left. And then I just do 6/1, and if I need 1 extra, I can get 1 extra. Alright. So, we'll do it the elegant way, I suppose. And then there's 6 damage and 1 damage, and that puts us up to 6 wins in the arena, which is better than usual. It's actually better than ever. So we'll take that, and we'll play one more over the course of this episode, because I don't want to just boot into the next episode and, you know, lose right away, so why don't we do that? At the very least, we're going to go 2-1 with the win and loss ratio in this. By far the best arena I've ever had, and I'm having a good time, and I think I'm working through things strategically. I think it's making for better videos, and also, you know, if I'm happy, the videos turn out well, in my opinion. And we killed a hunter on that turn, or on that run, so hopefully we'll be able to duplicate that here. So, I go first, and I hate all of these cards. I'm going to reroll all of them. And we're looking for Innervates or Wild Growth straight off the bat. Normally, that would require you to go see a doctor. It's really bad. This is, again, one of those games that just makes you want to concede right off the bat. But, unless... Ooh, we got Swipe. This is almost like a mirror image. Or not mirror image. Like, almost exactly the same as what we got last time. Power of the Wild is a card that I can use to summon a 3-2 Panther. I wonder if he's just going to do that and Hero Power me, or if he's going to summon a Buzzard or something. Nat Peggle. At the end of your turn, you have a 50% chance to draw a card. I don't like it. We swipe him on this turn. We got to stop his card draw from getting balling out of control too fast. Innervate. Swipe. And then that'll do 1 damage to him as well. It's not the best way to use Swipe. Obviously, there could have been later times when we'd actually get some extra board control out of it, maybe, and clear off a bunch of shitty minions, but I can't let that guy stay on there, obviously. That would cause me some real fucking issues. So, 3 mana. We have our own Direwolf Alpha. You know, we also have Hero Power. We could use Power of the Wild. I say we summon Direwolf Alpha on this time. Let him choose to do something about it or not. That's on him. If he wants to cancel creatures and then play his own creature, that's fine. He's got the initiative right now despite going second. That's what coin will get you if you are playing against somebody who has a bad draw when they go first. Random Beast. These are all good cards. Well, that is actually the worst one for him to get, because that gives a buff to creatures who don't exist right now. So we're going to summon Power of the Wild here. We're going to use it to summon a Panther, obviously. We can buff the shit out of this Panther. How is a good question. I'm just going to attack it once with my hero, and this is just so the Panther can kill it on the next turn if he chooses to attack me. He might use Deadly Shot or something. Honestly, I think that would be a little bit of a mistake. On the next turn, we can play Venture Company Mercenary, which is my plan, unless we get, regardless of what we get, probably. Unless we get Innervates, which I could then maybe use with Ancient of Lore and get some card draw. I'm behind the 8 ball here, and you never want to be on the back foot with this deck. This is a proactive deck where I try to push out a fuck ton of creatures behind a taunt and then buff the shit out of them. That could be Explosive Trap. Explosive Trap does damage to all enemies, which is the frustrating part. So I would want to probably sacrifice my Ding Dong, Stealth Panther, or Regular Panther, sorry, to take out his Lock. Otherwise, if I attack him, it might just be an Explosive Trap, which I don't want to deal with. So we'll just do this. Obviously, this handicaps us from being able to play more minions faster, but Innervate can compensate for this slightly, and we can make this Wind Fury Co. Or what is not Wind Fury Co? What am I talking about? Venture Company Mercenary. Very, very powerful. I always thought this guy was like a dude wearing an eagle mask, but he actually just appears to be a straight-up goblin. Okay, so this is frustrating as well. If I attack him, I die. Yes, if I attack him, I die. But if we give him +4 health and taunt, he lives. But is that the good thing? Is a good question. Let's give him +4 health and taunt to this guy. So he's going to have 10 health. He'll take 6 here. And then we'll Hero Power. And we'll attack him directly and see if this is Explosive Trap. It is probably Explosive Trap. Yes. So it does 2 damage to all enemies. But my creature still lives. On the next turn, I can Youthful Brewmaster and take him back, unless he manages to kill him, which is pretty likely. But here's the thing. Does he really want to use, like, a Deadly Shot to take this guy out when he's only got 2 health? He'll probably try to send out a creature instead. Maybe something with, yeah, with the charge, for example. And that's a smart play on his part. It is kind of a relief for me as well, because it does let me play some of these creature cards that were previously a little bit too expensive with the debuff from Venture Company Mercenary. I wonder if that's Explosive Trap again. If so, what do you send out is the real question. I'm going to send out Ancient of Lore on this turn. He might be able to kill it. I mostly want the 2-card draw. Obviously, that's not great for 7 mana if that's all I get. Draw 2 cards. But it could be useful. And we'll see if maybe I get an... Wild Growth. I was hoping it would be Innervate, and then I could Innervate, Youthful Brewmaster, pull it back, and get the value again. But we'll see. Because what I want to do is, like, on the next turn, it depends what he does, of course. He might just kill it with Deadly Shot or some other play. But I want to attack. If it's Explosive Trap, sure, by all means, that's fine. And then we play Youthful Brewmaster, pull it back into our hands, and we'll probably play Wild Growth in our Taunt as well. But it's probably good to get Twilight Drake out there. So, he played his charge creature. I may actually... No, he's going to attack me directly. Not necessarily a bad play. I'm getting very low on health. I do think I can pull it back, though. The hero power means this game's over in 7 turns, no matter what. So, here's what I think we do here. We attack here and see if this is Explosive Trap. That will kill his minion, too, I think, unless it only does damage to enemies. Oh, Freezing Trap. Return it to your hand and it costs 2 more. Forever, probably. Okay, well, I say we Wild Growth. With 6 mana left, Wild Growth might have been the wrong play because now I can't play the taunt on this turn. But let's try Mad Bomber. Maybe we'll get lucky. That's a good start. Oh, that's not so good. Might as well oops there. He'll get a kick out of that, I'm sure. Twilight Drake will be a 4/4 creature. There's no... Well, let's put it this way. There's no point in not using Twilight Drake because... the only other thing we can play is... we can play Youthful Brewmaster. Sorry, not Youthful Brewmaster. Yeah, we can play Youthful Brewmaster. Bring Mad Bomber back out. This is a 2-mana card, right? This will be fun. Let's just try it. It might be a terrible play. So, we'll do this. We'll bring Mad Bomber back out. Maybe he can at least destroy this boar for me. And we'll see how this works out. Oh, no! God damn it! What do they say? Fool me once... Shame on you, fool me twice, shame on me. I can't click end turn. I'm sorry. There we go. Okay, it's a little bit bent into the map, but that's okay. I may very well lose on this turn, but I had fun with this one. Like I said, even if we end up losing this arena altogether, I'm not displeased about going 6-3. Explosive Shot is going to wipe out my entire board. He'll probably use his hero power, and that will put me 1 turn away from death. And, well, you know, we can play Ancient of Lore. Silence a minion doesn't appeal to me. Can we live for 1 more turn? Because here's what I'm thinking. We play the taunt. We play the hero power. We get an armor, and we kill this. Oh, that's not worth it. 6-2. Now then he can kill me instantly. Okay, well, here's what we have to do then. We play Ancient of Lore, and we restore 8 health. To ourselves, not to his creature. This is a band-aid fix for a major problem. But one that hopefully ends up working out alright for us, because otherwise we lose, basically. So on the next turn, kind of depends what he summons, but I think we play Twilight Drake. Oh, that'll be a 3/3. That's really shitty. And then Booty Bay Bodyguard. It makes it better than... It makes Twilight Drake the best, but if he has a silenceable minion, that might be a good play. We could always play Twilight Drake Silence. The question is just how we live longer. Should never have let this boar live that long. I can't believe he only got hit once by the 6 shots from Mad Bomber. So he might be able to kill me on this turn still. There's no point in, I guess, getting too invested in our possible strategies. That's an issue, yeah, I'll admit. We could silence him and then he'll lose the Death Rattle, so I guess that's our course of action now. And what do we get in our hand? Innervate. Sorry, Innervate. So, the way we do this. Twilight Drake first, because then it'll be strong. Stronger. Then we Spellbreaker. This will take us down to 2, and then we'll be able to get back to 4 mana. That's not worth anything. 5, and then 3 mana, 6. We have to send out the taunt. No question about it. But then there's no point in innervating. I didn't send... Oh my god, I didn't send out the silence. I hate myself. That was a terrible mistake. We have to. By all means, let's do it. And I'm alive. I don't know if I deserve to be. I probably... that was the wrong play, don't get me wrong. The problem is that he can just hero power the fuck out of me, and in 3 turns I'll be dead. That doesn't concern me that much. It doesn't concern me any more than I was concerned to start with. He didn't use his hero power. That was, in my opinion, really silly. He can still kill me on the next turn. That's obviously kind of a problem. How much can we do with Savage Roar? We'll get one. Oh, this is so hard to deal with. Okay, I don't think there's any point in using the Silence unless it's good to send it out just to be there. So I think we send out Wind Fury because it has to be there. Then we destroy this. No. This might for sure be the end of us. Maybe. How much? That'll be 6 mana. Well, okay, I can do this and then just give me a second to think here. I'm gonna die on the next turn. My taunt creature might be able to keep me alive for a second. At least enough to sacrifice one of... I think we lose. So that's fine. I'll give him a well played at least. We'll hit him directly. This is not maybe the right course of action. Maybe. The problem is, like, he can just use his hero power. So I tried, but there was no out for me there. A couple less mistakes, and honestly, you know, I put Spellbreaker out there. Maybe I have a chance to win the game. But well played to him. I made mistakes. Still, a 6-3 arena is nothing to sneeze at. I'm pleased with it. And we'll probably level up. Oh, no, we just leveled up. Okay. That's fine. Let's see what we got for our prizes, at least. So we'll be able to start next episode on a clean slate. Platinum Arena feels good, and we'll check out what cards we got as well. See if we got any, you know, golden legendaries or something. Unlikely, but still fun nonetheless. And we're also looking for 20 in-game gold. There's 15 Arcane Dust. 10. 45 in Arcane Dust. Pack. 50. Oh, thank God. So I do have more than enough to buy my way back in. That was a pretty good reward, I think. One win away from getting it back to the break-even point, I think. So we'll put our deck of cards in the middle, open them up, and see what we get. Just want to mouse over and see the auras first. We have one rare. All right, Conceal for the Rogue. Light Spawn is a card I like a little bit. Bloodsail Raider I've never really used effectively. Earthen Ring Farseer. That is a card that caused me to lose earlier, I think. So that could be a cool card as well. And our rare card is the Murloc buff creature. That's fine. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. Even though I ended up losing, I still think it was pretty good nonetheless, and I had a good time with it. And I had a good time with this arena run in general. If you enjoyed it, make sure to click the like button. It does help me spread my videos throughout YouTube and proliferate my evil empire. Again, leave a comment letting me know what you liked or did not like about the video, and click the link in the video description below to subscribe if you want to see more daily Hearthstone. Again, more arena coming every single day. So as always, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I will see you next time.